পেটিকায়, তোমার চেয়েছি আমি মরুর মায়ায়, তোমার খুঁজেছি তীর্থ মহেমায়, তোমার খুঁজেছি তীর্থ মহেমায়, তুমি দেখো না, তুমি বোঝো না, ঘুরে বেরিয়েছি তুমি জানো না, তোমারই তরে জীবন ভরে, ঘুরে বেরিয়েছি তুমি জানো না, আখির জলে তন্দ্রা ভুলে থেকে গেছি তুমি শুনতে পাও না, ঘুরে বেরিয়েছি তুমি জানো না, তোমারই তরে জীবন ভরে, ঘুরে বেরিয়েছি তুমি জানো না, তোমারই তরে জীবন ভরে, তোমার চেনেছি আমি একটি গুণে, আ তোমার চেনেছি আমি একটি গুণে, শুনিতে পাও তব থাকো না শুনে, তোমার চেনেছি আমি একটি গুণে, শুনিতে পাও তব থাকো না শুনে, জানিতে পারো তব থেকো না জেনে, জানিতে পারো তব থেকো না জেনে, একই চলো না মোরে বলো না, ঘুরে বেরিয়েছি তুমি জানো না, তোমারই তরে জীবন ভরে, ঘুরে বেরিয়েছি তুমি জানো না, ঘুরে বেরিয়েছি তুমি জানো না, আখির জলে তন্দ্রা ভুলে, আখির জলে তন্দ্রা ভুলে, দেখে গেছি তুমি শুনতে পাও না, ঘুরে বেরিয়েছি তুমি জানো না, তোমারই তরে জীবন ভরে, ঘুরে বেরিয়েছি তুমি জানো না, তোমারই তরে জীবন ভরে, তোমারই তরে জীবন ভরে।
Thank you so much, brother. It was very nice, and if Dada Tatravana will listen, he'll be very happy. You sang all the 3 songs he taught. It was very nice. Yes, I remember 3 songs. Thank you so much.
Welcome, you are.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Yes. Okay. The next, let me introduce Yes Didi.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. So the next one is we'd like to invite Rajata Krishna to share us Baba Kata and then Kiirtan after that. Are you there? Oh, yes.
Hello. Namaskar.
Yes, namaskar.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you very much. I want to do just 1 second this. The sound of the guitar is coming through well. Can you hear my guitar well?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we hear you very well.
It's okay? Okay. I have a little story that is related to Prabhat Sangeet. And this story has actually bringing some memories from the time when we started to walk on Baba's guidance. So that that time was I was initiated in 1987 here in Cordoba, in Argentina. And at that time, I was playing in Uruguay professional sports. I was a basketball player. So Dada told me, when he initiated me, it was Dada from Spain, Falashudanandaji. At that time, he was brahmachari, Falgudeva, working here in Argentina. He told me, you must go to the retreat in Brazil. So then I went to the retreat. It's a long story. And in that retreat, I meet for the first time many of the workers that many of them they were mentioned today in a story from Taiwan, like Dadanitya Satyananda. I remember meeting him. I was very much impressed, no, by his, all his energy and his kindness also, towards the musical aspect of life. He was loving to, until today, singing Prabhat Sangeet and Kiirtan. I was, I always liked the guitar from the childhood. So I quite easily was getting into Kiirtan at that retreat. At that time, at that retreat was a proud convention in Porto Alegre, very nice retreat. Many Margis from all South America were there, more than 200 people. And so at that time, one group of proud come from Washington, D.C. also. Was Dhruva, Dada, it was the other day in another program. Saiba Buddhanandaji from Philippines, and he was playing very nice and strong kirtan, he was very also impressing, kind of personality, playing and singing. And so then very fast way, I'll tell you a story. It was quite long, but so we, after the retreat, everybody ending very inspiring, and we went to the elevated training. I remember at that time, some of my friends come, from Uruguay to see what happened. They went to that retreat too, and some of them, they got initiated too, because they were worried about me, what happened, because I supposed to be training and playing basketball, in Uruguay. So some of them at that retreat, they got also initiated. And then I told them, don't worry, I will be fine, I will be okay. Tell everybody that nobody should worry, everything will be fine. At the time, there was no internet, no cell phones, Hardly you can make a phone call, Actually, my family was having telephone in Montevideo, the capital of Uruguay, But I used to, follow at that time strictly, the rule of going into training, forget about everything else. So then we went there, a nice group, many musicians were there. Pramir from Chile, Narada was one brother from São Paulo, who was a great musician also. It was a team of musicians, and one brother from Argentina, they used to be a Christian priest, before. So we're in Porto Alegre, we are there in Biamao, one of the first LFT trainings in Biamao, with one dada, let's see if I can remember his name, Keshaveshananda. He was very nice also, very good trainer. And then we finished, and then we went to São Paulo. And I remember that at that time, Bodeshananda, she from US, from America, he was working here at that time in Buenos Aires. He was wanting to me to come to here, no? And then I said to Dada Pishorananda at that time, there in São Paulo, Dada, don't send me there, I don't want to come back there. It's very close to everything, because before my childhood and part of my youth, I was living in Buenos Aires, and then very close to Montevideo, just across the river, I was very happy, very much temptation to going to visit or whatever. So send me somewhere else, Then Dada somehow he managed and send me to Paraguay. And then from there, some years passed, a lot of different experiences, being an LFT. I don't even need to go to India, to realize who was Baba, because actually somehow Baba came in a dream before meeting his mission, So this is another story. But I want to reach to the spirit of this program, which is a Prabhat Sangeet. So in 1990, it was around the summer of 88, we finished the LFT train at 88, 89. So at that time, Nirgunananda, he was a Sese, here. Afterward, his name changed, Kirtananda, but at that time, he was working hard here, in South America. And he was very often going to India, every 2 months, almost going for reports in India. So what happened is that at that time there was one brother who had a strong desire, to go for the Acharya training, He was his name was Ambrit from Colombia. And he took some money from the office, and he bought his ticket and he went, to Sweden. And according to that, I was supposed to go first to India and then going to training in the Philippines, there in Davao. So then I had to wait some more time. No problem, Dada said, don't worry. He was having, desire, but Dada, he was ready, He was not so happy with him, He made him back, from Sweden, because he escaped, from the sectorial office, And he was very nice brother and everything, but very, how to say, developed Vipra, mentality, I remember. And then he came back, and then eventually Nirgunananda sent me to India, He sent me to India, and then I went to India, and he told me, you go to see Baba, you see Baba in any situation, and then you just right away, you go to training, Acharya training in Philippines. When I went to India, and then we went myself, we traveled together with Didi Chandrasekhar and 2 other sisters, one from Argentina, here from Tucumán, Mahadevi, and another sister from LFT from Brazil. So then we went. And before that, we had one Panchashanya, there in the Shagriti. The other day I remember that in one Panchashanya program from Brazil. This is a story I want to mention before going to there. So we were there, just regular Panchashanya, And then there is in the Parque Mandaki there in São Paulo, there's one room, there's a big hall upstairs, which is the mind, Dharma Chakra, the sea hall. And then down, there is another hall, which is like long like that, but it's like, not so big, small, and then long that way. So then like this there, we used to do Panchashanya, 5 o'clock in the morning. So then what happened is that Nirgunananda was with us, We were just new LFTs almost, some months, something like that. Or maybe no, maybe already past a year something, It was already 1990, something like that. Or 89, something like that. Just before going to India in 1990. So by the end of 1989, something like that. And then, we sing some Prabhat Sangeet, you know, because the system, you sing some Prabhat Sangeet, and you do some Kiirtan, and then you meditate, you know. There's no Sangacharva, you just meditate, and then Guru Puja, you know, in the Panchashanya, 5 o'clock in the morning. So then we begin, and then very nice vibration, you know, very beautiful, you know, vibration, you know, there. And then I play Sankirtan. I was playing the Kiirtan with the guitar. So then playing the Kiirtan, and then I saw for the first time in my life, you know, like Nirgunananda was in my side like that, doing the Kiirtan, and he was like, you know, doing Kiirtan that way, with the hands and you know, Namaskar Mudra, and then he start, you know, to move like fast, like anything, you know, like that, you know, and then I can feel, you know, that energy by my side. I'm playing just a Kiirtan, you know, but you know, he was doing like that, and then Baba, you know, start moving like this, kind of ever faster, like that, and then he fall on the floor, you know. And then I was very much impressed. It was the first time in my life I see somebody going into samadhi, you know. So I was listening some things, funny story, but I had never seen it. You know, I had some experiences and things like that, very subtle states of mind and things those times, but I never seen like that. You know? So it was very strong. Then afterwards, you know, I talked to Dada, and Dada told me, you know, you see, I said like that, you know, Dada, you see, sometimes I feel some things, but I try to somehow, you know, control myself, because I'm worried about, you know, because somebody's there or the people are there, you know, what people will think. And then Dada told me, you know, when you have the chance, you should just merge into the experience, you know. Don't speculate with that, you know, just merge, you know, surrender to Baba. He told me like that, Nirgunananda at that time. He was a great worker in those days. He was SS, secretarial secretary, you know, in charge for South America. So then after that, after some time, I went to India. 1990, like, let's say, August, September, August, something like that. Going to India, going there. And then Baba is there, you know, in Calcutta. We went to Delhi then, all the story, you know, and for the first time in India, and then going to Delhi, going to Calcutta, all the dramas, you know, traveling and this and that. Then we went into Tirushala, the very last, you know, place where Baba was staying. And then days and days started to pass, so many dramas going on, and then I cannot leave the place, you know. For any reason, there was an order from Baba to stay, you know, and he had to take this exam now, then he has to wait, you know. Then the Dada said, now Baba want all of you to stay here and to prepare for PC, for personal contact, all these things, you know. And at the meantime of all the, you know, formalities, you know, we are just coming to experience and to know how was the culture, you know, how people were, you know, doing the things, you know, over there in India, meeting brothers and sisters from different parts of the world. And then we always together with somebody, you know, some people, they have some guitars. I remember some other elephants from Russia and Philippines, you know, they used to love also there to play and things like that. So every day we have a kind of schedule. We wake up earlier, we're doing the Panchashanya at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then we begin the day, you know, with waiting for Baba, what Baba will do, you know, Baba will come up. It was very nice, very blissful time. And people come all the time, coming and going all the time there. So one day, we were there in the room, you know, like after breakfast, you know, we used to meet to have breakfast together with those brothers, and then we have some guitars, and always, you know, the Dadas used to see that we always try to play and pick up some songs and things like that, and some Kiirtans, you know, things like that. So then what happens, you know, at that time, Chitta Krishnananda, he come in the room, he was in a hurry, you know, and he said, hey, he said, Baba just gave a song, you know, can you play it now in the afternoon for the afternoon walk? And then we all look at Dada, and then we look, and we think for a second, and say, Dada, how it is? How is the song? And then Dada start to, tell us, the melody. And then the melody was kind of, we had some similitude, to Tiny Green Island, It was a song, it was an English song, it was a very last, one of the last, English songs that Baba gave, So then, at that time, the Prabhat Sangeet in English, a canción given by Baba in English. So then, somehow, we arranged the chords because it was close to Tiny Green Island, and we are somehow already listening to that song. So then, okay, now the time come, we had to play it, The time come, Baba's coming for a walk in the noon time. The sun always Baba come up. At that time, Baba was walking inside, in the house, in the garden. Many of you remember that probably over there. So Baba come, down, and we are waiting in some place there on the way, Not in the garden, but the outside, And then when Baba come down, we start, the melody, With all that great entity from the core of our heart. And then we're watching, Baba coming, like that, with some dadas. Nitya Satyananda was with, I remember, was at that walk at that time, that kind of field walk, And then other devotees were there too. So, and then we're singing that song, we love that great entity. It was a very, very blissful moment, we just there, we just, the destiny took, and Baba took us there to that instant, in which one we can somehow, of whatever circumstances of life, come into heaven, some, possibility to play a little bit of guitar and to sing this for Baba, So then, like that, the song was telling that words like that, for the people that Spanish-speaking people and Portuguese, afterwards I will doing for you the translation, okay, of the story and the song. Perdón, después traduzco para todos. Let's see if I can see it. I'll sing a line. With all that great entity from the core of our heart, we do all our duty as the wills of His benevolent, universal friend. We carry His victory with all His love. We carry His victory button with all His love. He is our, we are His for all the hours. Blue sky, black air over Him, removing all the thirst of all the trees and lands, God of our heart, with all that great entity from the core of our heart. We do all our duty as the will of His heart. Baba nang kevalan, Baba nang kevalan, Baba nang kevalan. Baba Nam Kevala, 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 Baba Nam Kevala. And in this way, Baba bliss the whole planet through these beautiful melodies of Prabhat Sangeet. 5,019 songs according to Dada Sambhu Shivananda today. There was one song that was not yet on the list, apparently. So we had to find out that Baba's grace through music, through poetry, and all, for sure, the arrangements for those melodies. The beautiful dances today also by the sisters. So I want to thank you very much to Dada Pulak that invited me to be here tonight and enjoy the whole program from last night. I was most of the time trying to capture most of the audios from here. So I'm so happy to be here. So I have one new melody, one new Kiirtan melody. I don't know if I have some more minutes, Dada, to share it with you. Just very short, I can share it if it is possible. Thank you. So with the pandemic, we started this Rawa page in Facebook to try to call some of the old friends that I meet all over the world from Rawa artists. So and also some new come up. There was a new artist that got attracted, by the call of serving humanity at this time through arts, conscience art and spiritual arts. So one of them is one sister from here, from Argentina, and he's a composer. He's a great composer. Beautiful songs about life, earth, saving the planet, and spiritual conscience. So she wrote one Kiirtan already. So very interesting how the artists, they capture that subtle vibration of our universal chant. So the melody is this one. Thank you to Adriana Salvini for giving so beautiful melody for the wall. Kiirtan Planet. Baba Nam Kevala, Baba Nam Kevala, Baba Nam Kevala, Baba Nam Kevala. Baba Nam Kevala. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Yes, namaskar.
Namaskar.
Dada, I'm still very touching with your melody.
It was so beautiful. Thank you so much. Just
Thank you.
Yeah, it was so beautiful and sweet and touching melody, brother.
Thank you
And
very much.
actually, when you introduce yourself, I listen to your music a lot in the SoundCloud, but I didn't know who you are. So I was wondering, oh, who's this brother with so beautiful music? And
That was great.
when when it had that in my mind that like Baba um, create a chance for today to meet you and to know you because I only see your Spanish name. I don't know your Sanskrit name, but now that I know you, your music is so beautiful, and every time I listen to your music, I feel it is very touching and sweet. Yeah. And also like from your story, brother, I realized that like sometime in the retreat, I also had a chance to like sometimes I feel very high with the kid, and I sometimes I had the chance to go deeper, but then I felt awkward if I fell down or I have some some weird action in front of other people. Um, and then at that time I opened my eyes and like my mind come back to normal state. But from your story, then I shouldn't feel shy or I shouldn't feel awkward in front of other people.
Wow.
Like to catch
Beautiful.
the chance. That should to catch the chance to merge with Baba. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
For
Thank
your
you.
story and for your music. Yeah, and very nice to meet you today, brother.
For me too. For me too. To all of you and
now
to
I
you.
know your name.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot.
Yeah, thank you very
Only His infinite grace, infinite grace.
Yeah.
Thank you a lot. Thank you very much to all of the organizers,
Yeah.
to all my friends there in Brazil, Mirabai, Hiranamaya, and everybody else. And thank you to all the organizers of the thing, the Prabhat Sangeet. It has been wonderful, to be able to share also in the Rawa page in Facebook. We have thousands of people visiting the page since yesterday. I think by the coming days it will be like a lot of people will see this beautiful program. So yes, looking for the next. Thank you. Gracias. Parapita aquí.
And the next performance, I'd like to invite Sister Hiranayi and Brother Jaya Prema from Vietnam to performers Prabhat Sangeet. Yes, welcome, Sister and Brother.
Bueno, para quien no entendió, voy a hacer una breve traducción. Voy a tener que bajar el volumen. Voy a bajar un poquito. Voy a hablar sin. A ver si me permite. Ahí está. Tiene que quedar sin volumen, porque si no está la conexión con Zoom. Y la historia que contaba de la canción es que cuando fui a India, ¿no? Conté algunos detalles, ¿no? De la previa, la experiencia en San Paulo en el 88, finales del 88, 89, con un dada, un monje que estaba a las 5 de la mañana, estábamos meditando, yo estaba tocando, y él entró en una onda, ¿no? Así muy fuerte, muy fuerte, muy fuerte, y comenzó a cimbrarse a un lado y al otro, y ahí cayó en un trance, ¿no? Que se conoce en sánscrito como samadhi, que es el resultado de todo el yoga, de toda la meditación, ¿no? Pero bueno, con un condimento muy importante que es la devoción, el bhakti. Entonces eso es lo que estaba contando. Después fui a India en el 90, más o menos agosto, septiembre hasta octubre, estuve que Baba dejar el cuerpo inclusive, pero en ese momento Baba dio alguna de las últimas canciones, como si tuviera micrófono, no tengo micrófono, lo que es la costumbre, ¿no? Baba dio la última canción en inglés, ¿no? Que es esa canción que canté, que habla, es muy similar a la pequeña isla, ¿no? Pero Baba dice que nosotros amamos esta gran entidad desde lo profundo de nuestros corazones y tratamos de hacer todo el trabajo necesario para satisfacer esa entidad, ¿no? Para que sea feliz, ¿no? Entonces es una entidad benevolente, ¿no? Que a veces no nos damos cuenta, ¿no? Muy benevolente. Es un amigo universal, ¿no? Entonces tratamos de llevar todas las cosas para que esa universalidad sea victoriosa, ¿no? Sin ningún tipo de excusa, ¿no? Without if and buts, ¿no? Pero, o como, no hay excusas, hacemos el trabajo. Entonces, en la última estrofa dice, Él es nuestro, He is ours, we are here for all the hours. Estamos permanentemente todo el tiempo, consciente o inconscientemente, conectados con esa entidad, ¿no? El cielo azul, hasta el cielo, el infierno, todo está dentro de su periferia, ¿no? Nada escapa a su periferia. Y así va removiendo, ¿no? Todas las dudas y todo lo oscuro, ¿no? Desde nuestros corazones, we love the great entity, desde lo profundo de nuestros corazones, ¿no? Es muy bonita la letra, ¿no? Y tiene como una onda de melodía escandinava, al igual que La pequeña isla, ¿no? Bueno, una breve esclarecimiento, ¿no? De la anécdota que conté en un festival que directamente envuelve todo lo que son las canciones que compone Baba entre el año 1982 y 1990. Estas canciones se conocen como Prabhat Sangeet. Prabhat, el nombre civil de Baba, Prabhat Rainjan Sosa, y Sangita es canción, entonces Prabhat Sangeet. Así que bueno, son 5.018 canciones que daba en diferentes así, momentos de su día, las va dando, daba 2, 3 canciones por día, para distensionar un poco todo lo que era el trabajo también, ¿no? Y todo lo que significaba tantas cosas, ¿no? Que Baba dio aparte, ¿no? Pero bueno, así es que se completa esa obra y bueno, hoy se está haciendo este festival en honor a esa obra. También se cumplen este año los 100 años del nacimiento de Baba. Baba deja el cuerpo en 1990, pero si viviera cumpliría 100 años, ¿no? Este año. Así que bueno, se está conmemorando el centenario. Hay una serie de actividades globales muy hermosas que al mismo tiempo están acompañando este momento tan crucial, ¿no? Para toda la humanidad. Así que bueno, vibrando positivamente desde todas las esferas y tratando ciertamente de darle seguimiento a lo que sea posible, ¿no? En relación al día a día, ¿eh? Sin dejarnos totalmente absorber por las noticias, pero estando conscientes también del cuidado y de las cosas que van pasando y cada uno va a ir confrontando esta situación de acuerdo a las circunstancias también, ¿no? Recuerden que no todas las circunstancias son iguales, ¿no? Hay diferentes situaciones, hay personas que quizás tengan que pasar de una manera, otras de otra, ¿no? Y así es que va este momento crucial también, ¿no? De una gran transformación para toda la humanidad, creo. Así que bueno, vamos por ahí, vamos por ahí. Lo más importante siempre es encontrar la inspiración dentro de uno mismo, sin dudas, ¿no? Aquí hay algunas herramientas, se comparten, aquí están, y espero que, bueno, que puedan también aprovechar algunos de estos momentos que se intentan generar. Siempre muy feliz de poderlo compartir. Muito obrigado, muchas gracias, muchas gracias. Thank you very much. So I already talked in English before today, not need. Así que es eso, gente. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Estamos por aquí. Mañana domingo tengo otra participación tarde a la noche, pero antes a la tarde canto alrededor de las 6 de la tarde, o 6:30 de la tarde, o 6 de la tarde aproximadamente, creo, después confirmo, para la sesión de Kiirtan prolongado acá de Argentina, que estoy invitado. Así que bueno, eso, mañana nos volvemos a ver. Muchas gracias por estar por ahí, por compartir este momento. Y bueno, nos volveremos a encontrar. Take care, cuídense mucho. Namaskar. Vamos a dejar la señal de las canciones.
The display of the cosmic flow, no such thing as crying and request